What's good, y'all? It's your boy, just a random guy living life, and I'm here with a review on the latest episode of Pokemon Journeys. I know it's been a while since I did one of these videos, and I've kind of been thinking about doing a couple of episodes that I watched in the past couple weeks. So if y'all want to see or want to really hear my opinions on some of the past episodes that I watched, just let me know by hitting the like button below, leaving some comments down in the comment section. But without further ado, we're definitely going to have to talk about this last episode, episode 65, Iris versus Ash, the dragon battle. I don't know what the official title is, but I'm pretty sure it's something around those lines. Overall, it was a good episode. So when the episode begins, they mentioned Ash getting a letter from Iris, who I guess sent him a letter saying that she joined the world tournament and she wanted to battle him. So that's really how it starts off. And then they just jumps in. They're on the plane. They get to Unova and they arrive in, I believe it's Icarus or no, it's not Icarus. What is the name of the Opalucid, I think, or Opalude City? I can't name it. I can never say it right when I was watching the anime. But they arrive in that city and they immediately start heading towards the Dragon Gym. But him and Ghost split off. And Go goes to catch some Pokemon while Ash goes straight to the gym, and then Ash sees the Axew and thinks it's Iris's Axew, but it's just Drayden's, and he's walking and he's telling him that Iris is there waiting for him, and then Go catches up, and then they go in, and then they meet up, and then that's when they battle. This episode was pretty well animated. I really enjoyed it. It was really interesting to get to revisit some of the things of the past of Unova. They mentioned like they're journeying with Iris a little bit. You got to see Silent in the picture and them all together. We got to see Axew evolve all the way into Haxorus for Iris, and we got to see her Dragonite once again. The battle was pretty good. I was kind of mad with the part where Iris kind of like just stops the battle towards the end and then like talks to Ash's Dragonite kind of, and then basically hypes it up and like helps it learn a new move. I was kind of upset with that, but at the same time I was like, I mean, it doesn't really matter to the battle. The battle was still good, but it just kind of felt out of place. I feel like if she would have done that at the beginning when she first like sat there and like started like getting the heart to heart with Dragonite, and she was like, she's really kind, isn't she? Like, I feel like that would have been a better point for her to tell her that, and then that to come out in the battle. But I mean, at the same time, it was kind of like she wanted Dragonite to experience having fun in battles. Because up to this point, I guess Dragonite has been forcing itself to like enjoy battles, but it hasn't truly enjoyed them. But now it's like changed, I guess. So it was kind of weird and out of place for me personally. But overall, the episode was like, I want to say 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. The animation was nice. The moves were nice. Like, of course, your boy Ash with the strategies out of this world. Like, using the hurricane like he did with the dragon dance to block the move basically, but this time it like took the move and threw it back, and then it ended up turning into a new move, which we still don't know which move Dragonite forgot, but Dragonite does learn Draco Meteor and win the battle off Draco Meteor. um but yeah, I knew that Ash was going to get the dub, because I already knew as soon as they mentioned the hyper class being a chance of him moving up, I knew he was about to get the dub and he was about to move up. And your boy Ash moved all the way up to 99th, and he finally broke into the hyper class. So he's in the top 100 trainers in the world, which is crazy to think about, especially since Journeys is literally like, I want to say not even halfway through, maybe season 2. So it's just crazy to think like he's really got like not even like 80 people he has to beat out. But I mean, it's only going to get intense from here. So we're going to see some really good animated battles going forward. The most hype part of the whole episode for me, though, was your boy Ash making it to the hyperclass and them stopping the episode on a teaser with four or five, I want to say five new silhouettes of trainers that he'll have to battle or that we're going to see within the hyper class. And it was we already knew B was going to be there, so we saw B on the right. And then because of some of the merchandising coming out, a lot of people have been what's the word? for lack of better words, hypothesizing that Volkner is coming back. And because of the silhouette, I'm sure that's Volkner, especially since there's a Luxray next to him. So Volkner and B coming back are confirmed for the Hyper class. We're definitely going to see the B rematch with Ash probably very soon. If not towards the end when he's about to battle Leon in the Master class. But we may see the Volkner battle sometime between the next few months in the fall. I'm assuming sometime in the summer, especially since Infernape is supposed to be coming back. I wouldn't be surprised if while Infernape is back on the team, he has a rematch against Volkner with Infernape just for old time's sake. It would be crazy because Journeys has been really good with the callbacks of the old episodes and stuff like that. So I would not be surprised to see Infernape join his team for that battle. But also, the entire time this season, Ash has been battling with his new team. So I do expect his new team to help him out there. But who knows? We could see the Pikachu Infernape team again. But yeah, no, it's definitely going to be interesting to see because the three characters in the back were really hard to make out. And if we can take them for face value, how the silhouettes were, then it gives us a couple hints at some of the characters we may see. What I did, like as soon as I finished the episode, I'm not gonna cap, I went straight to the internet as soon as I seen the silhouettes and I scrolled through literally every character that's ever been in the Pokemon franchise. On the Pokemon Wiki, I think it is, or the fandom, whatever that app is, I scrolled through the entire cast and I searched for a bunch of pictures. I wrote down a whole list. As far as that female in the back right, I'm convinced personally that it's Leaf because I heard a theory not too long ago that was talking about how Leaf could be a good rival for Go because of some of the text she had in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee on how she was trying to catch all the Pokemon, but for different reasons than Go. So it would be interesting for her to come in too and be Ash's and Go's rival at the same time, battling Ash and being the rival battling, but also being Go's rival like at a mental state, like because she wants to catch Mewtwo and Go has seen Mewtwo and he wants to catch Mew and she's seen Mew, I'm pretty sure. Don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure. So I think for sure it's Leaf, but based off the silhouette, I also noted that it could possibly be Sabrina because I could see how Journeys could kind of go the route and giving Ash the rematch with her with his Gengar battling his old Haunter that he gave to her possibly, or just battling her Psychic types with his Gengar and some other Pokemon, possibly Sirfetch'd and some others. Also, I noted that it could also possibly be Jasmine, the gym leader from Olivine, just because of the hair structure. It was kind of a stretch, but it kind of fits. Like the head shape and everything fits. And then, like I said, only if we could take the silhouettes for face value. Because I know some people were saying the earlier silhouettes in like part 1 of the Journeys anime, they're saying that some of those silhouettes aren't like 1-to-1 with the characters, but the poses are, or like certain parts of them are. So we don't know what they're hiding. You know, they're only giving us a piece anyways. Because you notice how they were purposeful with showing Volkner and Luxray and B and Octolock full silhouettes. But next to the girl, you only see part of her Pokemon. So it's intentional. So we kind of get an idea of who she is, but we can't really tell for 100% what Pokemon that is. I mean, people will have to go and like, I got tired after scrolling through every character. I'm not gonna cap. I literally scrolled through like 4,000, 5,000 characters. So I was good for trying to scroll through all the Pokemon too to try to fit the Pokemon, because Pokemon silhouettes are already a mess if you don't get the full or like a good amount of the Pokemon silhouette. And it literally made sure to only show you the top of its head. So it could be anything. Like it could be the arm of something. It could be like, you know, it could be anything. You don't know. So kind of going off that is kind of tough. But I think, honestly, it could be Leaf. I'm leaning towards Leaf. The only other one that, based off the Pokemon silhouette, kind of got me leaning towards it as well was Lily. Now, hear me out. I know that's cap and that's kind of a stretch. But listen, that silhouette looks a little like the Alolan Vulpix of all the Pokemon that I do know. when I first looked at it, I was like, okay, I could see like an Alolan Vulpix or some type of fairy type Pokemon is what I was thinking. But also the hair structure is kind of similar to her old style hair. So if you would just think without the hat, because obviously if they put the hat, then it's like guaranteed you would know it was Lily. But without the hat, the hair kind of does look like Lily's undone. Can't cap. But that's it for the girl character. For the guy in the back, my first thought was Bruno for some reason. Like I saw the hair and I was like, that's Bruno. And it kind of makes sense. Like Bruno's a strong character in the anime, you know. He's a Elite Four member. So I figured, man, he might be Bruno. But the body was kind of slim. So that's the only thing that had me like question myself when I thought about that. So I also thought possibly because we did get a reference to him earlier in the show, like I said in part 1, or like the first part of the Journey series, it could be Lieutenant Surge. Because we did, like I said, hear that he was training and also in the world tournament, and he's trying to battle his way up to the top master class. So we could eventually see Ash battle Lieutenant Surge with a rematch of his Pikachu versus his Raichu, with him, you know, possibly losing or, you know, possibly winning. Who knows? A lot of these battles, we don't know how it's going to go, like, because there is the chance that Ash loses and his rank goes down, but I'm assuming he's not going to lose off the beginning. He'll probably win like one, maybe tie, and then he'll lose. He has to lose. Like he's not going to win all the way up because it's still too early in the season, because next year is supposed to be the 23rd anniversary for the anime. So I'm assuming they have like big plans for next year. Like we already have gotten like the latest trailer, like I was talking about earlier, of Infernape and the whole gang coming back for an episode. Gary coming back with his Project Mew. But this is just like, that's probably going to be at most like 10 episodes. I know the Sword and Shield arc was like 4 or 5 episodes. So I don't expect the Project Mew to be longer than 10 episodes. If it was, I'd be surprised. I'm not going to cap. But I'm expecting the next year part of the anime, if they don't end it by the end of this year, because at this rate they could end it by the end of this year, because I mean we're not even halfway through this year and he's already in the hyper class, and like off screen they keep ranking him up. Like he was in, I want to say he was like 300 something, and then all of a sudden he was like 100 something, and it was like, whoa, like when did you even battle? Like all we've been getting is filler. We haven't seen you battle a single time. So, I mean, they could pull some more where he levels up and possibly gets to like 50 or 60 and then loses. But I doubt it. I know like right now, I can see it already. Every battle from this point on is going to be an episode, because they're going to be big battles. Like they're going to be like Iris versus Ash type battles, where it's like he's battling someone he knew before. And then he's going to get, you know, he's going to get a dub, he's going to get an L, or he's going to tie, or he's going to like watch them battle each other. Like he might watch Volkner battle Lieutenant Surge or something like that, you know. Like I don't know, we're gonna have to wait and see, because Journeys has been really good at like surprising us every time, and it hasn't been able to like be picked at and be like, oh yeah, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this. They've been doing basically whatever they want, and they've been doing a really good job of keeping the continuity of the show too. So that's why I think it's possible to be any character, because we've seen them mention stuff that's been long forgot about or long ago in like 3rd season, 4th season, 5th season, like type stuff. So who knows what's going to happen at this point. For the dude that's on the left of who I think is Bruno or Lieutenant Surge, though, he was the biggest struggle and the reason why I ended up scrolling like 3,000 to 4,000 pictures besides the girls, because the girls I had to scroll to at least 1,000 or so. But like, dude was so hard to pick out just because of his hairstyle. Like there's not a lot of characters in the whole series that have a hairstyle like that. So it was kind of hard to come up with some people that I think he could be. But a couple people that I think would make sense was either Seabold, the Elite Four member from Kalos, because he's never been in the anime and his hairstyle kind of fit the body, and the body fit the head, and the body kind of fits too. Because also it's to the side, so that's the hardest part. Like if it was forward a little bit, or like you got to see a different type part of the hair, it might have been easier to distinguish. But since it's just like that slick back type, it's kind of tough. It was really tough.
Unless it's like brand new characters and they've never been introduced, which would be, like I said, a complete curveball. No one would expect it. Then I think it's either going to be Theobald or possibly it could be Harrison, who is one of the trainers Ash battled back in the, I believe it was the Johto League. I could be wrong. It could be the Hoenn League. It was one of the two. But he battled Harrison in one of the championship leagues after getting all 8 badges. And his hairstyle too, it kind of, if you turned him to the side, I could see how it fits. But besides that, it was really hard to place. Like, that character in particular, besides the Bruno one was kind of hard. Like, the Bruno looking one, I'll say, because that's the only character I could come up with. But that one was the hardest. Like, I was like, bro, what? Like, who is this person? Like, it has to be a new character in my mind. But if it's not, like, if it is a reoccurring character, they're definitely getting a redesign. That's all I have to say. There's no way it's a character from before with the same look. They're definitely going to be redesigning that character because there's nobody I saw with the same hairstyle as that. Only the characters that I mentioned are the ones that are like the closest to it. But yeah, like besides that, the episode was good. I definitely was on my feet the whole time. Like, I'm not gonna cap. I was like, the animation was really good. Like, there was some parts where I was like, wow, like this is actually pretty good. But the dialogue kind of did me like pull me back from it because I was like, in the middle of the fight, like it was getting good, and then Iris just like starts talking. And it's like, bro, why? But why though? But yeah. Oh yeah, and my guy Go, he's catching them all. He only caught 2 Pokemon this episode. I was kind of sad. I was hoping he would catch some more, and I was hoping he would actually trade in for that Axew, but or for an Axew or something. Cause Drayden be giving out the Dragon types, but he didn't. So he'll have to come back and catch one. But yeah, overall the episode, like I said, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Probably leaning more towards a 9 because I was kind of felt kind of rushed too. Because it felt like they had to get it all in. I really wish they would have done some type of dialogue as well when Go threw the Pokeball at Iris in the tree like Ash did. I wish she would have mentioned how Ash also did that, or like how it reminded her that she had to go be at a battle with Ash. Because the excuse they made was she was napping and she was like, oh no, I overslept. But it would have been cooler if she was like, man, like, you're not the first person to do that. Like, Ash also did that to me. And then she'd be like, oh, man, I'm supposed to go battle Ash. Like, that would have been cool. But it was cool also that she kind of, like, met him afterwards, like, in the gym and was like, oh, yeah, what's good? I'm the champion. Also, I was mad that they didn't mention that Ash was also a champion. That was another thing that made me mad. Because it was a champion versus champion battle, but it was never referenced. Like, Ash is the champion of Alola. And she's the champion of Unova now. So it was like, she kept saying, I'm a champion or whatever. Like, you can't talk to me like I'm a kid, I'm a champion. But he's a champion too. Like, what? It was never mentioned. So 9 out of 10, I'd say, because it was a really good episode. I can't cap. Let me know what y'all think about the silhouettes at the end, though. If y'all think I'm right, if you think I'm wrong, what your thoughts are on the characters or who you think it may be. But yeah, definitely. I'm going to call it now, like on vid. I'm saying, well, we already know V and Vulcan are confirmed. They're in the front, full out 3D with their full out 4K with their Pokemon there. So we know those two are there. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's Leaf on that right side behind B, because I think it'll be Leaf because it makes sense. Like the theory I heard earlier, she would be a good fit for Go and Ash as a dual rival, but also just like being introduced into the series. I don't think she's ever been in the anime before. And then yeah. I think the dude in the back, I'm leaning more towards Lieutenant Surge because I feel like that would make more sense in the continuity of the Journeys anime because of what they've mentioned. But it also could be Bruno with a redesign as well. Because the original Bruno in the anime looks nothing like his character design at all. So it would be a chance for them to like redo that. And then the dude on the left, I'm going to go ahead and say man has to be like Harrison. Or who knows, like, out of nowhere, he could be Drake from the Orange Island, like the Orange Islands. Because that was the only other character I wrote down that looked like that. But that was the big stretch. Like, that had me big stressing. Like, I was like, I don't know, bro. Like, it could happen because it would make sense because Ash beat him before. But it's like, bro, I doubt they would go back that far and get characters from that far back in. Unless they were waiting until the 23rd anniversary, which would make sense because they want to get all the facts about the season into it before they end it, possibly. Maybe it'll be the last season ever. Who knows? But yeah, that'll be it for me. Thank you all for watching. I'm out. Peace.